Welcome to the Doctor's Mentor Show. If you believe that medicine is an industry and not a profession, if you enjoy submitting complex reimbursement claims, or you would do another residency just for fun, be advised, you're about to be offended. You should probably leave now.
All this talk about mentoring doctors is ridiculous. I thought doctors learned to do everything better than everyone else the first year of medical school. At least that's the way they act.
If you love assisting patients with vitality breakthroughs, if the right to practice medicine without interference is important, and you want expert tips for practice freedom and profits to support your epic life, welcome aboard and prepare to be blown away. The Doctor's Mentor Show starts now. Here's your host, Dr. Lori Barr.
Hey, it's Dr. Lori Barr, the Doctor's Mentor, and you are listening to the Doctor's Mentor Show. And this is another question that physicians ask me about podcasting. The question is, what is the one key ingredient to a profitable podcast that beginners overlook? Any guesses? Well, you're right. It is important to think about having a system so that it makes it easy to produce. And you're right. It is important to budget for it so that, you have a source until it becomes profitable on its own. And you're right. You do have to budget time for it as well as resources. But that's not the one key ingredient. It gets down to why people listen to podcasts. They're not just listening to be lectured to. They're listening to be entertained. They're listening to gain energy. So the one thing that sometimes beginner podcasters forget is the entertainment factor. The factor to have fun. How can I make this fun for me and for my listeners? So that is a question that every podcaster needs to ask before they record an episode. During the recording of the episode, are you bringing energy to what you're doing? And then after the episode, when you listen back, hey, is this fun to listen to? Does it pique curiosity? Is it somehow edutaining, if not full-on entertaining? And if it doesn't pass those tests, you may need to re-record. Now, sometimes you can have one or two boring episodes every now and then if you really have a strong point to get across. Yet, if there's some way you can make it entertaining, then that's even better. So what is one way you can make it entertaining almost all the time? Two really basic rules. Number one, always bring energy. Always be up for what you're doing. And if you don't have a simple way to energize yourself, definitely get in touch at thedoctorsmentor.com. Leave me a message. Say, hey, I do not know how to energize myself. And I will definitely share a surefire way to fire up your energy anytime you need it that I use all the time when I'm on call. And I'm about to start a stretch of call here pretty soon, in fact. So that's number one. Always bring energy. Because if you have infectious energy, people will feel good after listening to your show. Number two, remember the rule. People support what they create. How can you make your show interactive? How can you get feedback from listeners so that you're giving them what they're asking for? This series, Questions Doctors Ask Me, is an example of that, of interaction. These are questions that I've gotten. These are the most frequently asked questions that I've gotten about different topics. So I'll continue to do this series so that these answers get out there and serve a wider population who may not know where to find the answer. That's what a good mentor does. And it's entertaining. And if somebody has asked that question, they hear themselves asking when they hear the show. What are the two rules again? Number one, always bring the energy. And number two, remember that people support what they create. How can you get your listeners to be creators? How can you get your ideal clients to help you create a show worth listening to so that you're not only educating, but you're entertaining. So we call that edutainment, right?
Your next step.
Your next step is to actually think of one way that you can energize yourself and put it into action. Anytime you're feeling low on energy, just put it into action and start strengthening that energizer muscle. And see what the effect is on those around you. See if they gain energy too. I think you'll be really surprised. I'm Dr. Lori Barr, the doctor's mentor. One idea is all it takes to change your world. See you next time.
Are you stopping at a hospital? Hello? Don't you know that hospitals are one of the sickest places on the planet? Don't touch anything in there and get out as fast as you can.